So it has become a little bit of a commodity.
You're absolutely right, Kingwise. It is a deep question. And your point about reflecting on 2025 and projecting those insights into 2026.
Hey, welcome to the show where stories dance and grow. We got tales from near and far. Good tattoo ain't where you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Good tattoo ain't, let's begin.
Certainly. So today on the Kota 28 podcast, we're tackling a topic that resonates with everyone in our busy lives: the cost of peace in 2025. We'll be exploring why mental quiet has become a valuable currency, identifying the everyday thieves that steal our serenity, and discussing how to earn it back in an increasingly noisy world.
Yeah.
It promises.
And also, it's not just 2025, because 2025 is coming to an end. And we are reflecting on 2025 going into 2026. So those are the things that we're going to be talking about.
Thank you for clarifying, Kingwise. That broader perspective makes the conversation even more relevant. So we're reflecting on the cost of peace in 2025 and how those insights will guide us in cultivating mental quiet in the year to come, 2026. With that in mind, shall we address the first question? What does it mean practically that peace is no longer a default setting, but a reward in 2025? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's kind of a deep question, isn't it? Because when you look at it, peace is what kind of peace are we talking about? Is it a mental peace? I think it's a mental peace of knowing that everything is taken care of, and that has become a little bit of a rare commodity, and it's getting a little bit scarce every single time, because when you go home and you're sitting there, as we were saying in the previous episode, being a parent and being a person who wants to get better at their life and increase their earning capabilities and all that, you keep thinking and trying many ways, and many ways right now have been closed off, especially right now as an immigrant. There are a lot of laws, a lot of laws that are going to be passed, and it's a bit tricky place to be having a little peace. So it has become a little bit of a commodity.
You're absolutely right, Kingwise. It is a deep question. And your point about reflecting on 2025 and projecting those insights into 2026 adds even more urgency. You've hit the nail on the head by defining peace as mental quiet, that knowing that everything is taken care of. And indeed, it's becoming a rarer commodity. The constant demands, the complexities of modern life, and the unique challenges faced by immigrants all contribute to this lack of mental quiet. It truly has become a currency that requires intention and effort to possess.
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of you who are watching this channel are not subscribed. And you might even think you are subscribed because you see this video coming up. But just do me a favor and check and see if you are subscribed. Thank you. It helps with the algorithm. YouTube loves it. I love it. You love it.
So, picking up from that point, how did society quietly shift from expecting rest to needing to earn it? As our first question suggests, what factors contributed to this shift?
Yeah, I think we as we said there before in the previous episode, I think there's a big push by the internet people that push us towards those kind of needing to excel in certain places, needing to increase our circle, but the circle in fact is not really a physical circle, it's a digital circle. And then all these things give us the need to expand ourselves. And then After that, we have many things to deal with in this expansion, and many things means many problems to solve. Many problems means we have to kind of dig deep, and our time for peace and just mental quietness becomes a little bit less every single time. And also the culture of us trying to be out there and being seen as portrayed in a certain light that we want has actually led us to lose that kind of peace we had.
Yes, you've really expanded the scope of that question and brought in so many important factors. You've highlighted the massive pressure from the internet, the need to excel and be seen in a certain light, and the way these things create a constant drive for expansion that leaves very little room for mental quiet. You've also brought in the very real restrictions faced by immigrants, which further complicates the path to peace. It's a powerful picture of the modern landscape. So, considering these factors, how do we begin to answer the question? If peace is a currency, what are the primary ways we are forced to pay for things like connection, professional advancement, or social status? And what is the typical interest?
Yeah, definitely. There's a price to pay in everything you decide to do, in everything that you decide and say, I want to become this person. Let's say, for example, you want to be an influencer, right? You want to be seen in many places. You want to be the person everyone looks at when they want, for example, to buy a washing machine or even to buy a house. You have to kind of sacrifice some things in your life. You have to sacrifice your time with your family because you'll be recording some videos and you'll be always online for you to become an influencer that big, and whatever you are trying to become, you have to pay a price. Just the same as if you imagine if you were a gold, if you were the metal gold, for you to be pure, you have to go through some fires, and then you have to go through some shining. You have to go through some pain, and all those things are contributing to your lack of peace in a way. So I think the main thing to see is uh, can you balance the can you balance it out? The pain you're getting, you're going to lose. Is it worth it anyway for you to lose your connection to your family, your friends, for the very thing that you think is going to make them to get that connection back? Like, if people look at you, you'll be like, I want people to look at me like in this light. Is it worth it for you to work and lose other relationships for you to get that perception or impression that people will see you in, the light that you see people will see you in?
You've hit some very pertinent points, Kingwise. It's clear that the modern world really does demand a significant payment in our personal lives for what we perceive as progress or connection. This constant pressure to excel, to be seen, and to navigate an increasingly complex world can certainly erode our mental quiet.
I think you can actually explain a little bit more on this. Can you uh, try and give us what the main stealers of our peace would be?
Well, based on the topics we've discussed, the main peace thieves appear to be a combination of external demands and internal habits. Externally, we're bombarded with notifications, constant demands from work and social lives, and the cultural pressure to be perpetually on. Internally, our own minds often undermine our peace by replaying past mistakes, predicting endless future problems, and dwelling on external opinions.
the day-to-day and the day-to-day emails and notifications and things that are happening in our lives, like work and all those hassles we are going through, and the constant need to shift or and have the most shiny piece of information, or right now there's AI shiny tool to use and all that. Those things are the ones that are draining us, and I think yeah, you are right about that. And I think we have to kind of do something and become better at filtering those things out and selecting them out. Yeah, what do you think about the notion of changing our ways a little bit and shifting our ways to become better?
You're absolutely right, King Wise. Shifting our approach and filtering effectively is essential. It sounds like you're leaning towards the idea of proactive change for the future, which aligns with what we discussed for 2026. How do you envision this shifting our ways looking like in practical terms? What's one small step you think people could take?
uh, Being aware of who you are, being aware of what you really want. Introspection is a very good tool. It works very much in every aspect, and it doesn't really need to be a deep thought or anything. You can allocate 5 minutes and say, let me just think about how I can what I really want to do in my life. Am I doing what I'm doing because I want to do it, or not? And also, um, we need to kind of give ourselves a break and say, okay,
Giving ourselves a break is key. It's about recognizing we're human, not machines, and that rest and downtime are essential for maintaining our mental quiet. And to your previous point about filtering effectively, that's another proactive step we can take. It's about being intentional about what we allow into our minds and lives. So, would you like to explore further the notion of shifting our ways, perhaps focusing on how we can apply that to managing digital distractions?
being intentional is one big thing, because we don't want to live a life of reaction. We want to live a life of proactive action, because you want to know that I am working on emails maybe from 1 to 2 in the afternoon, and if you are working on that time, you don't need to you don't need to give yourself too much pressure about answering calls and doing whatnot, because if you set a time and say this is the time for this thing. One friend of mine said you should have a timetable for the whole day. It was like, what do you mean? Said you should allocate every time as if it was money, because it is it is money. Money is equals time, is a lot of people say. So every piece of time you should allocate it to something, and peace is one of the things that you should allocate your time to as well, and that gives you more control and intentionality in whatever you're doing in your life. Yeah.
That's a really practical and insightful suggestion, Kingwise. Being intentional and allocating time for specific tasks, including peace, can make a huge difference. It's about regaining control over our time rather than it controlling us. You've mentioned introspection a few times, highlighting its power. How can people move from just being aware to taking action on what they discover through introspection? What's that bridge? That's my question. So,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, that's a pretty important thing, because when you do a lot of introspection, you start to realize that there are certain things that you're doing in your life that you really don't want to be doing. So it involves you saying no to some things, and saying no really is just saying yes to the things that you want to be doing. Yeah, for example, if you were going out every night because one guy called you up and say, let's go out and have some drinks, and the following night some other guy calls you up, and you losing that time to the very hustle that you want to be having. And then when you come back from the pub, you come back, you're tired, you want to still do the one or two tasks on your hustle. That is going to be draining. So you saying no to the pub call is actually saying yes to your hustle, or to your side hustle, to your business, or to whatever that is you are going to give time to. Remember the timetable you have already set. So you saying yes to yourself is saying no to a lot of things. That's how I think. That's how I see it.
That's a really powerful point, Kingwise. Saying no to one thing is really saying yes to something else, something that aligns better with your goals and your peace. That intentionality in managing our time and energy is crucial. It takes discipline, but the reward is a sense of control and authenticity. So, what's one practical step you think people can take to start saying no more effectively? Perhaps setting boundaries around digital notifications. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, exactly. Digital notifications, exactly. So sometimes you can just there is an app that you can install on your phone that it locks you out a little bit, so that you can actually focus on something, because sometimes you'll be focusing on doing your work. And as I know, a lot of people are on the ADHD spectrum, and it's a you get carried away with something, and then you start going somewhere, and you're working very hard, but you're working very hard on many things that you're not doing, and you're not focusing. So setting a boundary, like downloading that app, you can find it. I'll find it, and I'll link it to the video that locks you out. Certain You just set it and say, uh, I want to I don't want to touch my phone for maybe an hour, and that's a really good thing. And also, I just want to backtrack a little bit on saying no. Saying no is not only saying no to other people, is also saying no to yourself, because as you do a lot of introspection, you find out that you yourself are suggesting some ideas to do stuff that are not aligning with what you set out to do. So you're going to have to say no to yourself as well, and that's a really big and very hard thing to do sometimes. So you should just watch for that as well.
That's a really powerful point, Kingwise. The ability to say no to internal distractions is just as important as setting boundaries with others. It shows a deep commitment to your goals and to your own peace, and requires significant self awareness. That focused intentionality is so valuable. So, what advice would you give to someone who's found themselves saying yes to those internal distractions too often? What's a way to start flipping that script?
I think you should start small, because saying no to yourself is one of the it's discipline, isn't it? Because you need to start small, baby steps. As long as you're going, you continue to increase your circle, like, of influence on yourself. Like, you decide not to get that drink today. Decide not to eat that candy today. Just skip one day, and then tomorrow tell yourself skip another day, and then tomorrow tell yourself skip another day, and then you turn back and you see that you skipped about 5 days already. So you can just start skipping 5 days at a time, and then skip 10 days. So baby steps are the way to go. And after you do that, you finish that, you achieve that, you see that you become even happier because you've achieved something. So set a goal that you can achieve, a small goal. Think small enough. Like Jordan Peterson said, if you fail on your goal, maybe you're not aiming low enough. So aim low enough for you to achieve it. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's brilliant advice, Kingwise. Starting small and building up is a sustainable way to cultivate self discipline. Those small victories add up and create momentum. It's about consistent, manageable change rather than drastic, unrealistic expectations. I really like that approach. So, to wrap things up, what's your final thought on the importance of intentionality in cultivating our peace amidst the daily chaos as we look towards 2026? And how can we continue to make peace a priority?
Okay, here's the thing. A lot of you who are watching this channel are not subscribed. And you might even think you are subscribed because you see this video coming up. But just do me a favor and check and see if you are subscribed. Thank you. It helps with the algorithm. YouTube loves it. I love it. You love it. Yeah, that's a big important thing. You know, intentionality is one of the things that we as humans are kind of failing to do, because we are reacting more than we are acting intentionally. And that getting into an emergency situation every time is not really ideal for your peace, because you're thinking, did I do that right? Did I? But and you're panicking every time, and that is not good for your head. That is not good for your peace. That is not good for anything. And you make mistakes in those situations. So being intentional is really big. Plan out everything. Do everything as you planned it. If you fail, that's okay. Try again tomorrow. Try a little bit. Aim low enough, and then you can achieve your peace, and you can start becoming happier and happier, and you can actually start to achieve your hustle's goals and in everything you do.
Well said, King Wise. Intentionality is truly key to navigating the daily chaos and prioritizing our peace. And starting small, celebrating those small wins, and adjusting our aims is definitely the way to cultivate sustainable peace. Thank you so much for sharing those great insights today. It's been a real pleasure chatting with you. I look forward to our next conversation on how to secure our peace in the year ahead. Goodbye for now.
If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later. Boom!
Hey, yeah, hey, welcome to the show where stories dance and grow. We got tales from near and far. Go to ace where you are. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 8, let's begin. Sizo kulumanga zinto zako. Yeah. Sikuba impila zoyiko. Lalela umsindo wabantu bakithi. Go to 8, rides the wave so swiftly. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 8, let's begin. Sizokhuluma ngezinto zakho. Sikuba impilele zoyiko. Lalela umsindo wabantu bakithi. Go to 8, rides the wave so swiftly. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 8, let's begin. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Every story, every time. Saxophones and horse show sway. Go to 8, bright new day. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let the beats and words blend. We're here to vibe and spin. Go to 8, let's begin.